What's up, guys? MainManSWE here, hoping you're all doing awesome as always, and me, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I certainly hope you did, that you care about your father, Moscow. This video is sponsored by Warner Bros. Games, and big thanks to them for the opportunity. I really appreciate it. They've been very kind to me. I'm going to talk a little bit about MultiVersus, which is an all-new free-to-play platform fighter featuring team-based matchups with an ever-expanding cast of iconic characters from Warner Bros. Games. And the game is developed by Player First Games. You can sign up at the link below in the description to get a chance to play MultiVersus. And it's good to know that it will be available later this year, and it will be on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, featuring cross-play and cross-progression, which is really cool. And I had the opportunity to play this game in a closed alpha. I played it for about 6 hours, and I really enjoyed it. And I'm gonna get into the stuff I enjoyed. And then there was, a tiny few things I didn't like. So I'm gonna get into all of this. But first off, very positive first impression. And this is where it has to be noted that I am what is a stubborn old bastard. I've really disliked this type of game before, but the last year or so, if you've been following my channel, you know I've played a lot of Dead by Daylight, and I've played a lot of Pummel Party, and it's like this stubborn old fool. I don't know what has happened to me, but my heart has been filled with more openness. I don't know. It's like this stubbornness. It's like I'm more willing to try new things now. I have a more respect for games that are not like ultra competitive. A game can be somewhere in the middle of a party game and a competitive game. Why not? So now, with some more open-mindedness, I'm trying this game and I'm like, oh, suddenly I get the point of it. When I've tried these brawler platformers before, sorry, I've always been standing like on the ground there, on the bottom platform, and I'm dashing to the sides, trying to space like I'm playing a classic fighter, and I'm trying to like whiff punish and poke and all of that. But then now that my mind is a little bit more open and not sealed off, I understood immediately here that, oh no, it's not about grounded movement. It's about air control. That's what the game is all about. That's where the substance is. It's jumping between the platforms and utilizing multiple jumps in sequence, as well as mixing with like air dodges and dashes and anti-airs. And when I jump up or I knock someone into the air, I can now start a combo. Or I can, as they are trying to mid-air recover, I can uppercut them, get them out of bounds vertically or horizontally. I can knock them away from the platform and then try to follow up by jumping into them and doing a spike. So either knocking them, I don't know what it's called. I know all of the Tekken lingo, but I don't know what you say in these brawl platformer type games where you knock someone horizontally off a platform and now you're trying to protect from them coming back in. So you'll jump and hit them again midair or spike them so they go, down the cliff. What is that called? Like corner defense perhaps or something? But so it's suddenly completely apparent to me how this should be played. And it's also because, I have no experience with these games, but playing in this closed alpha, I could tell I was going up against some people who knew what they were doing, because it was like a crash course in like how you play this. They would knock me into the air, combo me, spike me, just you can tell someone doesn't know how to play these games when the health there goes up to like 200%. That's what would happen to me and my friend Chris when we played this team-based. But when I went up against like good players, I would reach like 100%, and then they would knock me away. But so I just want to say in a few words here that I understand now the point of these games and where the substance lies. So it was really cool to see that. And so I really enjoyed this experience. And I want to say that it's a very polished game. Like graphically, I thought it looked really nice, and I thought it was a really cool mix between like very cartoony, cutesy graphics, as well as cooler and edgier. Like if you see Wonder Woman there, she doesn't look like ultra cutesy. She doesn't look realistic. It's like somewhere in the middle where it looks really cool, in my opinion. So I really enjoyed the polished look of a game and the smooth frame rate. Yeah. I thought it was really cool. And then netcode was super awesome, like nothing to complain about there at all. And again, it has crossplay, so the player pool is not divided between platforms. Everyone will be available to you. You know, it's just going to be one big pool of players, no matter the platform they're on. And I really, really liked the voice lines. The voice actors do an amazing job. But also, like, you know, the characters all had, no matter who I played, my character had unique dialogue for everyone else. So they've really taken the time to record some funny lines between all of the characters. And I think that always adds to the charm of a game, adds to world building. I mean, everyone knows who these characters are. It's like huge IPs. But still, it's nice to see that type of interaction. It always adds to a game, in my opinion. So, and also regarding the IPs, I really, really like these IPs. I mean, Justice League, my son, who's about to turn 4, he's an enormous fan of Batman. He adores Batman. And again, yeah, he's going to turn 4, so he's going to want to try gaming soon. He's never tried gaming so far. And I just thought this game could be a wonderful introduction to gaming for him. He can play as Batman. And he's just going to love that. And he'll be able to jump around on these platforms and use his Batarang and his rope gun or whatever it's called. So he's going to really love that. And again, Game of Thrones, you have Arya in the game. I think that's really, really cool. And I hope they add like other characters from these franchises. And that's something I wanted to remark on. Like, there's no Joker, there's no the Hound. I would really love to see those characters in the game. And maybe that's something that happens in the future. Again, this was a closed alpha, and I don't know if the game's going to have DLC. But it could be really cool to see that. And again, this is a team-based game. You could play one-on-one as well, but I think team-based is where the game really shines. I played with voice communication over Discord with my dear friend Chris Crane, who's a fellow streamer, and that was so much fun. Trying to get, again, this is tag, so it's 2 versus 2, blue team versus the red team. And that was so much fun, trying to coordinate our gameplay against another team. I don't think I would have had as much fun if I had played solo. I just don't think I would have had as much fun. I think my guess is this game is really going to shine when you play team-based. And it's also because the characters themselves have different roles and strategies. You have, tank. Wonder Woman is a tank. You have Batman, who's a bruiser, who's more of a brawler type character. And then you had like Bugs Bunny, Wilma from Scooby-Doo, Tom and Jerry. And these were mages. And what they do is that they basically zone you out and use projectiles. They can also place traps that can stun you and disable your character for a long time. And I think they're probably going to be the more glass cannon type character. So the more coordinated team, they would have like a mage, so a projectile type character that would just stay away and try to zone, and then maybe a tank, like Superman, Wonder Woman. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do there to maximize your team potential. And the game also has a perk system where you have 4 different slots where you can you unlock as you play, you get experience and you level up, and then you unlock perks, and these like boost your character or your team. There are certain perks that boost the character, and this could be like your projectile is faster, your projectile does more damage, etc, etc. You take less damage, you can triple jump, like really significant stuff. Like you can suddenly triple jump. And there were a lot of perks that were team synergy that would buff you and your teammate. So I'm sure, and then there are signature perks. Those were the golden perks that were unique to your character and would unlock a new feature for your character. So yeah, there is certainly going to be quite a bit of depth to the game. I can't wait to see what they do more with it once the game goes into beta, which is this summer. So yeah, there is quite a bit to it with the different character roles, the strategy that goes into that, forming an optimal team, and then the perk system, and then the characters had quite big move lists as well. I tried Batman, Wonder Woman, Tom and Jerry. I also played Finn, I think his name, sword-wielding guy from Steven Universe. I think it's a show I haven't watched. But the characters were very diverse in their move lists and what they could do. And my favorite character, actually, I tried Batman quite a bit. I like being able to glide down with the cape. Yeah, he had a huge amount of air control. But my favorite was actually Wonder Woman. I just really love her look in the game. She looks great. And she was a tank role character, and I like getting in close and brawling. And she had very interesting special abilities with like triple shields floating around her. And then a charge up attack that was an AoE, basically shield explosion around her. So I really thought that was cool and nice. But there did seem to form a meta or an opinion quite quickly that Harley Quinn was like top tier. And I think Taz was seen as top tier. And I think Finn was seen as high tier as well, but you know, that was after a couple of days of playing this game that people came to that conclusion. But you know, we'll see. And again, the game is in a closed alpha. So yeah, no, really polished game, really cool. I love it. I can play it on PC. Absolutely love that it's on Steam. Super nice. What I thought was not so cool was that the characters don't have supers. That's something I really miss. Like, you don't need a meter, like a full bar or any of that, but it would be nice, you know, to have a cinematic, like, close-up into a super attack, something like that. It also adds to their characters. You could do a lot with their personality with that. Just a signature super. I think that would have been really cool, and it was a little bit missed. And again, no Joker. I mean, come on, you have Batman and you have DC Justice League. Having Joker in the mix, that would be amazing. I felt a little bit missing. You have Batman and Harley Quinn, but no Joker. And Game of Thrones, there's so much that could be done with that. You could add the Mountain, you can add the Hound, you could add Kingslayer, you know, Jaime Lannister. There's so many iconic characters. Arya is really cool, don't get me wrong, but I'd really like to see some other characters from that universe as well. Would be really cool. So those are my thoughts on MultiVersus, and I can't wait to play the game yet again. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I hope Chris can join me again. Yeah, team-based was really cool. So I'm gonna end off this video by yet again saying that MultiVersus is an all-new free-to-play platform fighter featuring team-based matchups with an ever-expanding cast of iconic characters from Warner Bros. Games. And the game is developed by Player First Games. And sign up at the link below to get a chance to play MultiVersus. And it will be available later this year on PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and it will feature cross-play and cross-progression. So yeah, thank you all so much for listening to me here, and thanks again to Warner Brother Games for sponsoring the video. It's been a pleasure. So yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next video. Big kiss.